you some ideas. I don't bite very often. Now then, just in case that wasn't sufficiently shocking, we have stopped at the electricity substation. No, that isn't the real reason we've stopped here. We're on Green Lane, which you can see if you shine your torches up behind there. You can see it running away through the trees. A nice little walk these days, but actually, for many hundreds of years, the main Worcester Road out of Ledbury, only falling into disuse a couple of hundred years ago, which means that this was the Worcester Road at the time of the Civil War Battle of Ledbury in 1645. Now, the reason that battle took place is because Prince Rupert was amassing quite a large force, 6,000 or 7,000 men, over at Hereford, with the intention of marching on Shrewsbury, which was a Roundhead stronghold. To gather so many men, he had withdrawn the protective outposts at places like Ledbury, Ross-on-Wye, Bromyard, etc., leaving them undefended. Colonel Massey was the Roundhead governor of Gloucester. His superiors instructed him to try and find a way to distract Prince Rupert from his march on Shrewsbury. So, Colonel Massey, with only about 1,000 men at his back, decided to besiege Ledbury. As he had hoped, Prince Rupert did turn aside on his march on Shrewsbury and come marching to the rescue. But what Colonel Massey didn't know is that Prince Rupert had elected to ride through the night to get to the besieged town. So he arrived at dawn on April the 22nd with the Roundheads all unprepared. It was a very short-lived battle. About 120 men were killed that day, and a good number of Roundheads were taken prisoner as the Cavaliers won the battle. But we're also told that a good number of the Roundheads managed to escape, doing so by running off through the trees that you can see behind you, using them as cover as they escaped towards Eastnor and Tewkesbury. Now, if you were to take a walk up Green Lane, within a very short time you would come to another lane at the top called Cutthroat Lane. Now, one of the legends surrounding it suggests that the reason it is called Cutthroat Lane is because some of those escaping Roundhead soldiers didn't quite make it. And as they got up to that junction, they were ambushed by Cavaliers, and as the name suggests, they had their throats cut. So, if you should fancy a walk up Green Lane, you might be the first person ever to see a ghost at the junction with Cutthroat Lane and Green Lane. Now, a good time to go, of course, would be midnight, possibly after you've finished your running around the monument. Now, don't laugh, it would be a good time to go. Nice and quiet, no car noise to disturb you, no drunks spilling out of the pubs, just the quiet of the evening, the rustle of the wind in the trees. But then, as you approach that junction with Cutthroat Lane, you might hear a louder crashing in the trees beyond, followed by the sound of shots, and then the ghost of an escaping Roundhead soldier come crashing through the trees towards you. But it will already be too late for him, because he will be carrying his head under his arm.